Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I remember the day vividly. It was the annual Young Innovators Showcase at the community center, an event my daughter, Tara, had been looking forward to for months. She dedicated countless evenings and weekends to her project, a miniature, self-sustaining hydroponics system that recycled rainwater and grew herbs in a closed loop. It was brilliant, truly. I watched her explain the mechanics to early visitors, her eyes shining with pride. Next to us, a boy named Oscar had a volcano model, which, while decent, lacked the complexity and innovation of Tara's. His mother, Anne, a woman I knew by reputation for her intense competitiveness when it came to Oscar, was already hovering, her gaze fixed more on Tara's display than her own son. Everything was going smoothly until the final judging panel began their rounds. Oscar, who had been sulking nearby after his project received a lukewarm reception compared to Tara's, suddenly, accidentally, bumped into our display table. It wasn't just a nudge. It was a deliberate, clumsy shove that sent a small beaker of water toppling. The water splashed directly onto the exposed wiring of Tara's miniature pump, which immediately sparked and went silent, plunging the display into darkness. Tara gasped, tears welling in her eyes as her meticulously designed system faltered. Before I could even react or comfort Tara, Anne was there, a whirlwind of indignation, not concern. "Oh my goodness, look what happened," she shrieked, pointing at Tara's now darkened project. "That's what you get for such a flimsy design, honestly. It was practically begging to be knocked over. My poor Oscar was just trying to get a better look, and your daughter's flashy lights startled him. He's very sensitive, you know." My jaw practically hit the floor. She watched her son effectively sabotage Tara's work, and her immediate response was to blame Tara. "Anne, your son just deliberately broke Tara's project," I said, my voice dangerously low. "There were no flashy lights to startle him," he pushed the table. She ignored me completely. "Honestly, Carter," she called out to the event coordinator, a patient man named Carter Schmitz, who was approaching, drawn by the commotion. "This project needs to be disqualified immediately. It's clearly unsafe, and my Oscar is distraught. He was so close to finishing his observation, and now he's emotionally scarred. I demand that Oscar be awarded Tara's guaranteed spot in the regional competition as compensation for this traumatic experience." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Are you serious, Anne? Your son just ruined my daughter's months of hard work, and you think he deserves her regional spot?" I stepped between Anne and Tara, who was now openly crying. "Carter," I saw Oscar shove the table. "He's been staring at Tara's project all day with pure envy. This wasn't an accident, and Anne is completely out of line." Carter looked from Anne's flushed, demanding face to Tara's tear-streaked one, then to the smoking remnants of the pump. He sighed and pulled out his walkie-talkie. "I need security footage from this aisle, please, and a technician to assess this display." Anne bristled. "Footage? What for? It was an accident. My son is innocent. You can't accuse a child without proof." "Anne," Carter said, his voice calm but firm, "I will assess the situation fairly. In the meantime, please step back." The next 10 minutes felt like an eternity. A technician quickly confirmed the pump short-circuited due to water, which had clearly been spilled. Then, a security guard arrived with footage. It clearly showed Oscar looking around, then casually but intentionally bumping the table with his hip just hard enough to dislodge the beaker before quickly moving away. The jig was up. Carter turned to Anne, his expression grim. "The footage is quite clear, Anne. Oscar intentionally damaged Tara's project. As a result, Oscar is disqualified from the showcase entirely. Tara, while her project is unfortunately damaged, will not be penalized. In fact, given the circumstances and the judge's earlier positive remarks on her project's design, we'll be awarding her the regional spot as originally planned. We will also arrange for repair or replacement of her equipment." Anne's face contorted into a mask of fury. She started to protest, something about unfair treatment and favoritism, but Carter cut her off. "Anne, your son's actions were unacceptable. Your attempts to blame another child and demand an unearned reward are equally so. You and Oscar need to leave now." Without another word, she grabbed a sobbing Oscar by the arm and stormed out of the community center, leaving behind a bewildered but relieved crowd. I still can't fathom the audacity. Some parents truly live in their own reality, where their child can do no wrong, and everyone else is just a stepping stone to their kids' success.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.